boys and girls, I didn't even notice a turkey eater. I was enjoying my orange chicken. Let me put this down for a while. Welcome to the Chinese Mandarin Theater. Are you all okay today?
Yes.
Did you know that there are more than 400 versions of Cinderella from all around the world? I bet you didn't know that. Yes, there are. But today, we will be treated to the Chinese version of Cinderella, Yeh Shen, a Cinderella story from China. But look over here. These are the Cinderellas from all around the world. We have the Japanese one. This is Cinderella. I think Cinderella is the Caribbean Cinderella. This is Bonish Kava, or Russian Cinderella. Egyptian Cinderella is Rhodopis. This is the Moroccan Cinderella. The Native American Cinderella, rough-faced girl. Domitila and Adelita from Mexico. We have the Korean Cinderella, the Indian Cinderella, Korean, Cinder Edna. Ooh, this is modern. And this is another Native American Cinderella from the Philippines, from where I come from. Abadeja, the Philippine Cinderella. This is Baba Yaga. This is the Russian Cinderella. We have a Vietnamese Cinderella. Again, the Japanese, the Vietnamese Tam Cam, the Persian Cinderella, her name is Satare. Tam Cam, there you go. And these are some of the books that you could borrow from the library. Even during the summer, you can go to a public library and borrow. This, by the goodness of Miss Howard from our library, is the American Cinderella. There you go. So, do you see how many versions? But today, you'll be treated to Yeh Shen, a Cinderella story from China. Are you ready?
Yes.
Okay. This is the Cambodian Cinderella, and from the Huang village, Joanna. Isn't that beautiful? You'll never know. Maybe one of you could write another version. Then let your teachers know so we can borrow your book. You? Are you ready? Let me get back to my orange chicken. See you later.
In the dim past, even before the Qin and the Han dynasties, there lived a cave chief of northern China by the name of Wu. As was the custom in those days, Chief Wu had been taking 2 wives. Each wife in her turn had presented Wu with baby daughters. But one of the wives sickened and died, and not too many days after that, Chief Wu took his bed and died too.
Yeh Shen, the little orphan, grew to girlhood in her stepmother's home. She was a bright child and lovely too, with skin as smooth as ivory and dark pools for eyes. Her stepmother was jealous of all this beauty and goodness, for her own daughters were not pretty at all. So in her displeasure, she gave poor Yeh Shen the heaviest and most unpleasant chores.
Yeh Shen! Go clean the kitchen, now! Yeh Shen! Go find my webcam. My friends are coming over. Now! Yeh Shen! Go give me a glass of juice. I'm so thirsty. Now go! Yeh Shen! Help me paint my nails and my toes. My friends are coming over tonight. Hurry.
Yeh Shen. Are you good in math? Cause good, I have tons of homework. I need them to be A+ now.
The only friend that Yeh Shen had to her name was a fish she had caught and raised. There was a beautiful fish with golden eyes.
Yes, sir. The crown. The hat.
The only friend that Yeh Shen had to remain was a fish he had caught and raised. It was a beautiful fish with golden eyes, and every day it would come out of the water and rest its head on the bank of the pond, waiting for Yeh Shen to feed it. The stepmother gave Yeh Shen a little enough food for herself, but the orphan child always found something to share with the fish, which grew to enormous size.
Somehow the stepmother heard of this. She was terribly angry that Yeh Shen kept a secret from her. She hurried down to the pond, but she was unable to see the fish, for Yeh Shen's pet wisely hid itself. The stepmother, however, was a crafty woman, and she soon thought of a plan. She walked home and called out,
Yeh Shen! Go collect some firewood. But wait, leave your filthy coat here. The neighbors might see you.
Thank you.
The minute the girl was out of sight, her stepmother slipped on the coat, hurt herself, and went down again to the pond. This time, the big fish saw Yeh Shen's familiar jacket and heaved itself onto the bank, expecting to be fed. But the stepmother, having hidden a dagger in her sleeve, stabbed the fish. Wrapped it in her garments and took it home to cook for dinner.
When Yeh Shen came to the pond that evening, she found her pet had disappeared. Overcome with
Give yourself.
Overcome with grief, the girl collapsed on the ground and dropped all of her tears into the still waters of the pond.
Oh, poor child.
A voice said. Yeh Shen sat up to find a very old man looking down at her. He wore the coarsest of clothes, and his hair flowed down over his shoulders.
That is not important, my child. All you must know that I have been sent to tell you of the wondrous powers of your fish.
My fish?
The girl's eyes filled with tears, and she could not go on.
Yes, my child. Your fish is no longer alive, and I must tell you that your stepmother is once more the cause of your sorrow.
Yeh Shen gasped in wonder. But the old man went on.
Let us not dwell on the things of the past, for I come bringing you a gift. Now you must listen carefully to this. The bones of your fish is filled with a powerful spirit. And whenever you are in serious needs, you must kneel before them and let them know your heart's desires. But do not waste your gifts.
Yeh Shen wanted to ask the old sage many more questions, but he rose to the sky before she could utter another word. With heavy heart, Yeh Shen made her way to the dung heap to gather the remains of her friend. Time went by, and Yeh Shen, who was often left alone, took comfort in speaking to the bones of her fish. When she was hungry, which happened quite often, Yeh Shen asked the bones for food. In this way, Yeh Shen managed to live from day to day. But she lived in dread, and her stepmothers would discover the secret and take even that away from her. So the time passed, and spring came.
Soldiers, face this way.
Hear ye, hear ye! Announcement from the palace. We're all invited to a ball. It'll be on Saturday at 7 p.m. Come on, come on!
How Yeh Shen longed to go, but her stepmother had other plans. How Yeh Shen longed to go, but her stepmother had other plans. She hoped to find a husband for her own daughter and did not want any man to see the beauties Yeh Shen first. When finally the holiday arrived,
Not. You must stay here and watch the fruit tree and make sure no one steals fruit. Do you understand? Let's go, girls.
when finally the holiday arrived, the stepmother and her daughter dressed themselves in their finery and filled their baskets with sweetmeats.
As soon as she was alone, Yeh Shen went to speak to the bones of her fish.
Oh, dear friend. Oh, dear friend. Shh, quiet.
I can't go with myself with these rats all over me.
Is there any way I could borrow clothes fit to go to the feast?
Is there anyone that can borrow clothes that I can go to the feast?
At once she found herself dressed in a gown of azure blue, with a cloak of kingfisher feathers draped around her shoulders.
Thank you. All right. That part where we let the Yeh Shen change into or transform into a beautiful princess, I should have had this big poster giving you the elements of drama. So what are the elements of drama? We have, yes, characters. We have the cast, right? And the cast are the characters in the play. Very good. Joseph, what's another one? Setting, correct. Setting is like the scenario where things happen in the story. Yes? Yes? Emotions, exaggeration, that's part of the characterization. Yes? Yes? Starts with a B. Props. We have a lot of props. Did you see the props? Where's the dagger? Where is the dagger? Ava.
Do you have it?
Where do you put the dagger? All the props should be back here. Thank you. Look at that. If you have props, it makes the what? The play look more realistic. Very good. And then, Miss Jackson, can you turn on the lights and on and off? Yeah? There you go. And on. See if there's thunder and lightning. This could be done. Thank you, ma'am. Lightning and sound. If somebody's knocking at the door. Shh. Somebody's knocking at the door. Those are sounds and props and lighting. And then we have somebody telling you the story. They're called what? Narrators, right? And they're reading from a what? Script. They're reading from a script. Those are the elements of drama, please. I think Yeh Shen is ready. Remove the blue thing. Thank you. Let's see how beautiful our Yeh Shen is. She's transformed. By what? The magic of the fish bones, her only friend, correct? Okay, now this time, later on, we have to have Yeh Shen some help in dressing up. Thank you so much for all your patience. Yeh Shen, you look so good. You have your golden slipper.
There was magic in the shoes, for they should have been quite heavy. Yet Yeh Shen walked, her feet felt as light as air.
Be sure you do not lose your golden shoes.
Said the spirit of the bones. Yeh Shen promised to be careful. Delighted with her transformation, she bid a fond farewell to the bones of her fish as she slipped off to join the merrymaking.
That day, Yeh Shen turned many ahead as she appeared at the feast. All around her, people whispered,
Of course not, silly girl. She's at home where we left her.
Upon hearing this, Yeh Shen jumped and ran off before her stepmother could look closely at her. She raced down to the mountainside, and doing so, she lost one of her golden slippers. No sooner she had the shoe fallen from her foot than all her fine clothes turned back to rags.
She's right here where we left her. Come on, let's just go back to the ball.
only one thing remained. The stepmother left the gathering to check on Yeh Shen, but when she returned home, she found a girl sound asleep, with her arms wrapped around a fruit tree. So thinking no more of her, the stepmother rejoined the party.
A search was begun among the ladies of his own kingdom, but all who tried on the sandal found it impossibly small. Undone.
A search has begun. A search has begun.
A search was begun among the ladies of his own kingdom, but all who tried on the sandal found it impossible small. Undaunted, the king ordered the search widened to include the cave woman from the countryside, where the slipper had been found. Since he realized it would take many years for every woman to come to his island and test her foot in the slipper, the king thought of a way to get the right women to come forward. He ordered the sandal placed in a pavilion by the side of the road near where
Move away, you know it's my shoe.
It wasn't until the blackest part of the night, while the moon hid behind a cloud, that Yeh Shen dared to show her face at the pavilion. And even then she tiptoed timidly across the wide floor. Sinking down to her knees, the girl in rags examined the tiny shoe. Only when she was sure that this was the missing mate to her own golden slipper did she dare pick it up.
Soldier, you dance. Dance. Okay.
At last she could return both little shoes to the fish bones. Surely then her beloved spirit would speak to her again. Now the king's first thought on seeing Yeh Shen is to throw the girl into prison as a thief. But when she turned to leave, he caught a glimpse of her face. At once the king was struck by the sweet harmony of her features, which seemed to be out of keeping with the rags she wore. It was then he took a closer look and noticed that she walked upon the tiniest feet he had ever seen.
Harmony of her features, with a wave of his hand, the king signaled that his tattered creature was to be allowed to depart with the golden slipper. Quietly, the king's man slipped off and followed her home.
All this time, Yeh Shen was unaware of the excitement she had caused. She had made her way home and was about to hide both sandals in her belly when there was a pounding at the door.
Yeh Shen, the door. The prince.
Yeh Shen went to see who it was and found the king at her doorstep. She was very frightened at first, but the king spoke to her in a kind voice and asked her to try the golden slipper on her feet.
Take her pounding, yeah. Come this way. That's good. This way, David Jones. Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
Her loveliness made her seem a heavenly being, and the king suddenly knew his heart had found his true love. Not long after this, Yeh Shen was married to the king, but fate was not so gentle with her stepmother and stepsisters. Since they have been unkind to his beloved, the king will not permit Yeh Shen to bring them to his palace. They remained in their cave home, where one day it is said they were crushed to death on a shower of flying stones. The end.
introduce the cast of Yeh Shen, a Cinderella story from China, Miss Hernandez's class. Thank you. Thank you, boys and girls, for being so quiet, so attentive. First, let me bring to you, we have the soldiers of the palace. The soldiers of the palace played by Adam Morales, Arturo Martinez, Hector Duarte, and Richard Estrada. Let's give them a big hand. Then we have the handsome men of the village. The handsome men of the village, please step forward. Don't they look all handsome? The handsome men of the village are played by Nathaniel Rios, Jesse Perez, Josiah King, Axel Avila, and Avon Daraconi. Let's give them a big hand. Again, the handsome men of the village. Handsome men of the village. 1, 2, 3. There you go. Of course, there are beautiful women of the village as well. And these are 4 beautiful women of the village. Shh. Yusuf, please. That's Blanca Hernandez. Let's give her a big hand. Together with the rest of the women of the village. Thank you, Blanca. So pretty. Then every Cinderella story, of course. The story was beautifully narrated to you by 2 narrators. And they are Cornell Robinson and Shiloh Marquecho. Let's give them a big hand. Every Cinderella story has evil stepsisters who made Cinderella's life so difficult. And this role has been wickedly played by the evil stepsisters, who are Zuriana Bradford, Harmony Sharp, Jemiah Shine, and Isabella Flores. Let's give them a big hand. And there's no other than the evil stepmother who trained these evil stepsisters. Wickedly played by Ava Velasquez. Let's give her a big hand. There you go. Up to the last minute, still giving orders to Yeh Shen. And then every fairy tale must have a handsome young prince. And our handsome young prince for the first show. Wait a second. You know that you're being graded for reading. The handsome young prince is played by David Young Williams. Let's give him a big hand. All right, the fish, the only friend that Yeh Shen had to her name. Woo! Were 2 fish characters. Oh, you play the same. Okay, thank you. Let's give Yusuf Faisal a big round of applause.
Yeah!
Thank you, Yusuf. Did you notice how Yusuf memorized his lines well? Beautiful. Thank you, Yusuf. You got your 100 back. Okay. Very good. And of course, Yeh Shen is all about the Chinese Cinderella. And the Chinese Cinderella was played beautifully by Clarissa Camacho.
Woo!
There you go, boys and girls. Yeh Shen, a Cinderella story from China, from Miss Hernandez's cast. Thank you very much for coming. I hope you borrow one of